Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Zero and I'm back with the second episode of Elsword Talk. First of all, I would like to thank most of you for such positive feedback for my first Elsword Talk. It looks like most of you like this kind of video, so thank you, I appreciate it. Today I'm going to be talking about music in Elsword. And before I begin, just a few side notes. I'm not a professional reviewer, so there will be things that you won't agree with. The purpose of this video is to talk with people, explore, and share others' opinions. So even if you completely disagree with me, please don't go straight into your rage mode. Second, I know that the word music is an uncountable noun, but for the sake of convenience, I will speak as if it is a countable noun. So let's get started, shall we? Personally, I think there are lots of aspects of a game that can make the game good. One of the aspects I would say is music. Since we don't taste our digital games with our tongue, we rely on the four remaining senses, of which include hearing. Music in game, therefore, is quite important. It puts you in a specific mood to play whatever you are about to play. And if the music is great enough, even if the game quote-unquote dies after a long time, the game is remembered for its great music. Let's take a look at Mega Man X as an example. Mega Man X is a great game, I think. I still play it sometimes, and I'm sure some people do the same. This game was quite popular and famous when it first came out. There are many reasons for its great success, but I believe one of the reasons is that the game had great music in it. Listen to the music of this intro stage. Isn't that great? Not only does it entertain your ears, but also make you want to play more. For an online game, I would say MapleStory did a great job with its music. I mean, there are lots of other online games with great music, but I don't have much experience with those, so I'm just gonna give you MapleStory as an example. Why don't you sit back and spend about 20 to 30 seconds listening to a bit of MapleStory music? Wasn't that great? The music was very well made and fitting to the game. It feels like MapleStory. Now, since the video is Elsword Talk, we can't go on without talking about Elsword, can we? When I first started Elsword, I loved its music. Elsword had great music of its own. I remember seeing this channel selection screen with this music on. This music was great enough to prevent me from logging out of the game. Yes, early music was great, but as time passed on, I started to get disappointed by what they did with Elsword's music. I'm not a musician, so I don't know much about music, but at least I could tell that they were not putting much effort into making music. Here are the reasons why I say so. Reason number 1. The music in general is getting monotonic. There are no ups and downs, in other words. Here's an example. This is the background music for the fight against Ran. As far as I know, Ran is supposed to be one of the strongest bosses. He is Ara's brother who, before turning into a demon, already had great fighting skills. And those of you tried to solo Henry Spacetime probably know how threatening this boss can be. So for a badass boss like this, there should be a great music that puts you in a mood to start a fierce battle against him, right? Well, I don't think it does. His music is rather boring. There are no ups and downs in this music. It's like listening to a boring love song that repeats over and over. Reason number 2. some musics are just unfitting to the gameplay. For example, take a look at this dungeon that most of you hate so much. I hate this dungeon too, but not because it's a water stage, but because it has unfitting music in it. Why does the music sound so spooky when it starts off? I mean, if I had to dive deep into the sea in the middle of Pacific Ocean, I would get scared. Yes, spooky, right? But the game doesn't have to be as realistic as that. Water can sometimes be scary. Lives of people are lost because of water. But at the same time, isn't water often associated with fun? Then, couldn't they have come up with a music that is much brighter than this? As far as I know, water stages in Mega Man series all had music that is bright and sometimes even exciting. Reason number 3, last but not least, the recycling of music. Some themes are just recycled repeatedly. This becomes more vivid when you play Henry Space Time. You hear a lot of music that is being recycled over and over. When Halo first came out, I was very happy with the boss theme because they came up with the new music for Halo bosses. But after Halo, they started to recycle musics again. And because of that, Sander and Lennox have only one music of their own. Also, one thing I didn't really understand was that they gave Ignia the same music as Scar's music. Isn't Ignia just one cheeky little traitor who isn't supposed to be that strong? I mean, she's just a mini-boss in the last dungeon of Lennox. Scar is a demon general that is super strong. How come, then, have they decided to play the same music for Ignia? To me, it doesn't make sense at all. It's just illogical. Well, personally, I wish they do the same thing that they did with Halo. Maybe give one music for the first few bosses and unique music for other important bosses. Well, I guess that was a lot of complaining. Now, why don't I ask you for your opinions this time? I have picked top 7 musics and worst 7 musics from Elsword. Let's see if you agree with me or not. Well, that's it for today, guys. I will see you later. Ciao!